Thank you for the time. Let's start
You're
by
welcome.
looking at the Indo-French business relationship, more specifically within the IT domain. It has not performed the level it should be. What do you think are the main reasons?
You're right. We are quite behind the other countries for the relationship with India and how to use the potential of the Indian capabilities for the IT industry in France compared to the other countries. Just two figures to be aware of how much we are behind and how far we are from the other. Today, for the pure player, Indian players, have already 20 to 30% of their total revenue in Europe, which is big portion of their revenue compared to 10 years ago, where it was almost nothing. Most of this part is for UK. It starts to be part, some, I would say, percentages as well for the now new countries coming in this relationship with India, Germany and the Nordic countries. But you're right, in France it's still very, very low, and it's a very marginal portion of this 20% of revenue. Different reasons for that. First, and I would say it's the structure of the industry in France. The IT industry in France is structured very differently to the other countries. It's much more fragmented. There are still many local IT service providers, and as long as we will have these local IT service provider, very small, medium, large, competing together to get a piece of the cake, we will have less opportunity for the global players and especially for the Indian players. First reason. Second reason is the French culture is less oriented for the, and I would say open for outsourcing. They are still a bit conservative. Now, things are moving thanks to the crisis. Now the financial crisis, economic crisis has definitely opened the mind, and considering that there is no more option, so much the cost pressure is huge, and any CIO now accept the fact that he can't deliver the targets he has without considering another model, another delivery model, and mainly now based on outsourcing. So things are moving in the right direction. Now, outsourcing in France is not sufficient to go for offshore. Why? Because there is another obstacle, which is the language. Particularly because we have less global brands in France. We have good brands, solid brands, but not so much in manufacturing. And that's why these strong brands are more European, are more local, and they are still doing business, dealing their operation in French. And most of the decision makers are not sufficiently comfortable to deal and to work with in another language, especially the English, to be at ease with Indian operations. That's another obstacle. Now, how we can go over this obstacle? It's definitely based on our capacity to industrialize all the processes. Because more you automate the processes, less you are depending on the interface, human interface between the onshore and the offshore teams. So that's what we do. We first we do outsource the operations in order to extract the IT operation from the customer premises to off-site. Then we automate and we transform the process, the way we do support and we manage the operations, bringing more automation, more industrialization, in order to move to the our Indian operations. So that's definitely, and this way is of transforming the delivery model first, and then the processing of the operations is definitely for me the right way to bring opportunities and to improve this current relationship between France and India.
Okay. Do you think that Indian companies are also taking the steps that they need to take to capture the French market?
For the Indian operation, you say?
Yeah,
For the Indian players
that's right.
to get to
For instance, TCS,
Yeah.
Wipro, Infosys, are they doing enough to capture a bigger share of the French market, or are they still more comfortable doing business in UK, Nordics, Germany?
No, they are quite aggressive as well. They consider the French market as very attractive because considering the size.
Yeah.
If you consider the size, the European market globally, there are the top three countries are UK, France, and Germany. That's they have to do something in France if they want to take a significant piece of the European cake. So definitely they are very, I would say, motivated to penetrate the French market, and I'm very confident they are clever, and they will obviously find a way to get it. And so far, they consider that to compensate this language issue and this lack of proximity they have
Yeah.
with the French market, and the fact that they have to localize their approach, their proposition. So they have decided to acquire
Yeah.
some small front-end capabilities. Donc it's small or medium companies, much more consulting oriented,
Yeah.
and not delivery oriented, but much more consulting oriented, in order to get this direct access to clients. And but more than the direct access, it's not just a sales point of view. It's about having the intimacy to get to be really inside the client, and in order to get the knowledge and to understand the way you can interact with the client, knowing that you can't interact directly from India.
What are Styria's plans for India? I mean, what is your current presence in India? And
Our plan for India is obviously to consider India our unique place for offshore. I don't want to go elsewhere for the time being. Look, it's definitely, we have nearshore places, which is important for as well to go with our to support our French clients or continental European clients. Those who are, for different reasons, particularly the government, there are some clients who want, for the time being, stay in the Schengen European space. It's in order to have no dispute, no claim, complaint regarding the employment and so on. So that's some of our clients are more favorable for nearshore than offshore for the time being. But interestingly, in our model, because in our delivery model, we have fully harmonized all the equipment, methodologies and tools for any delivery centers, wherever it is, in onshore, nearshore, offshore, meaning that we can, in a seamless way, we can move from onshore to nearshore, then nearshore to offshore. Okay. That's what we do for particularly infrastructure management. We do start to move the remote operation from France to Poland, for instance, and then from Poland to India. And it's completely transparent for clients. So we have nearshore places, but for offshore, our unique place and our strategic choice is to remain focused on India. We have a first-class infrastructure in India on three main cities, Noida, Pune and Chennai, as you know. We have still some capacity to grow there. So we have definitely a fantastic delivery organization in this country with a very top level of industrialization. That's where we have completely, we are fully aligned with what we do in Europe in terms of industrialization. We use the same tools, same methodologies and so on. It's really fully aligned. And so, our plan is definitely to consider India as a first destination for any operation in Europe on IT and on BPO.
Okay.
BPO is definitely a strong growth driver for the time being. So much now clients are looking for, I would say, a real transformation, not IT but business transformation, and it implies some BPO proposition in it. We have as well another plan for the Indian operation is to grow the domestic market as well, and we have started by with this strategy addressing the domestic market, but very specifically and very selectively on the two domains. First is the public safety, and second is the transport. Why? Because on these two domains we have a very strong capabilities, references, solutions. We can replicate from Europe to India, and together these solutions, IPs, localized for the Indian market and implemented with our Indian capabilities, Indian resources, with the Indian cost, I would say. We consider that we have very strong competitive advantage. And we are right, because we won already a good contract, particularly for police in India, which is very promising to demonstrate how the model is efficient.
Okay.
So that's the plan for India. Two routes, and to continue to support the operation in Europe as a preferred destination, both of IT and BPO. After having industrialized all the delivery, which is really now best-in-class delivery, we want to engage them on the business development, making our Indian operations not just a good delivery organization, but as well a contributor to the value proposition, bringing innovative capabilities into the delivery. And the second route is regarding the domestic market.
Two more questions about India. One is, currently what percentage of your global revenue would come from India?
Global revenue
from just the Indian domestic market.
What is the revenue for domestic market?
Yeah.
So far, our target for this year is to get 10 million euro sales.
Okay.
In terms of orders.
Yeah.
Last year we were around the 5 million sales. 4.5 in terms of orders. And in 3 years from now, we would like to reach 40 million euros of sales order entry for the domestic market.
But do you see a point beyond, let's say, 3-5 years, where India can be at least into double digits of your total global turnover, or is that?
No, not. It's maybe too much, because simply because unit the average size in euro. In rupees it's different, but in euro the average size of the contract is far smaller. True. Even for doing the same thing. It will be difficult to have 10% of the total revenue of the group in India will represent, in terms of number of contracts, it will represent, I will say, 30-40% of the total contract of Steria group in India, which is not achievable. However,
a niche player in India, not the generic player. So
then the particular problems that Indian IT market comes with, IT industry per se, for instance, whereas you augment your workforce in India. What's your current workforce? How many people do you employ?
It's a bit more than 5,000 people.
Okay. Do you suffer from attrition?
Yeah, but not more than the industry. We are suffering. I will not say we are suffering. It's a fact. It's particular on BPO.
Yeah.
On BPO, you are almost around 30% attrition, which is quite usual. We will have less attrition when we will have a more analytical BPO, which is because it's more valuable and a high value BPO. It's more, I would say, motivating, exciting for people Otherwise, for the traditional BPO, it's 30% attrition is something usual.
But can you live with it, or wouldn't you like to see that
Yeah,
go
no,
down?
it's you should answer, but it's it's part of the model. Huh?
Yeah.
It's and it's attrition. 30% is a lot. However, attrition is key in order to maintain your cost at the reasonable level. If you don't have, because you have a strong wage inflation,
Yeah.
the only way to keep your salary, your delivery cost at the same level without this inflation, it's based on the attrition, because you are refreshing the staff regularly by 20 or 30% every year, which is not bad.
Okay.
And for the IT, the attrition is far lower. We are more in average around the 15%, which is good.
Okay.
In Europe, currently, the attrition is too low. That's a problem. In France, notably, people don't move anymore.
Yeah.
It's an issue because it creates some employability issue, some cost issue. That's it's not good. We need in our industry, we need at minimum 10% attrition.
Okay.
Below 10, you are not comfortable.
You have currently 5,000 people in India. Where do you see stabilizing your Indian operations? Once you bring more business from Europe to India,
Yeah.
so how much would you ideally like to have?
For me, it's not necessarily in terms of headcount. For sure, we'll grow the headcount. Last year was not a good year because we didn't grow in Europe. That's for sure. We need growth in business in order to grow in India as well. But with what the orders we've got at the end of last year, particularly in the UK, which is the most natural, I would say, link between India and Europe is for UK. Yes, for sure, we'll grow again this year in India to support the new contracts in the UK. In Germany and Nordics, I'm sure business will grow as well. France is still a question mark. We have situation is still a bit complex in France. However, based on what I have explained just before, yes, I'm sure we can progressively will open some opportunities in order to increase the relationship between France and Indian operations.
Are you looking? Do you find difficulty in getting right talent in India? Is skills becoming a challenge?
You will answer, but I can say I can before getting the answer of the head of the operation. Ram, from my point of view, I can say I will answer definitely no. Definitely, we have no issue to get the right talent. And for me, I'm not the recruiter. Look, I don't know how it is difficult to get it. I'm just my judgment is based on the quality of the delivery. We have the quality of the delivery from India is absolutely excellent. I have never received one complaint from one client. Donc it's really, and for even for very complex development or complex activity, I'm thinking about a very complex solution we have for the German bank, very large one. We have developed a specific solution for tax management, tax and security, which is very complex in real time. The cost of the maintenance was too high in Germany to make the overall contract profitable, and we shift the maintenance to India, and we moved all the team to progressively the maintenance activity to India, and it is absolutely without any damage on the quality. It's top level support, and I'm very impressed by what can be delivered from India in a very short period of time. The transition period has been very short for this move. So that's definitely, yes, we have the right talents, and definitely a good management. Just to my, there is nothing. Yeah, there is nothing better than to your own testimonial to convince a client. And what we did, we have Star is a French company, as you know. We have developed a set of applications for our internal purpose, internal use, and which is about for the financing, for the accounting, for the procurement, for the HR management, and so on. We have a full portfolio of applications for all the group, and it's a portfolio of Staria applications to run and to support our business. And the CFO is French, the corporate team is mainly dominantly French. However, all these applications are supported directly from India. We have more than 160 people supporting every day these operations, for maintaining the operations, supporting the services, and the end user support is delivered from India. I have absolutely no issue. And Star is a French company with decision makers who are French. It's really a demonstration that definitely when things are well designed, and when you have the right talents and right capabilities, there is no issue
Thank
between
you.
France and India.